Hello, thank you so much for waiting there. I thought it was a good chance for you to see what we're going to be making. Sometimes those pictures are really clear to see exactly what we've been making. So I'm Donna and I'm from Riverside Beads, just working at home at the moment. Well, this afternoon, ready to do this live for you. So yes, do excuse if you hear any noise in the background. We're a working house here. We've got kids are in and out and coming back from school about this time too. Thank you so much for joining us. A bit of a change to what we said we would do. Heidi was due to do this week and she was going to be doing dream catchers. Now she'll definitely get that done for you, but she's not very well. So get well soon, Heidi, and we'll get to that. I've just switched us about, so fingers crossed she'll be fit and well by next week for you and she'll be able to show you that. So hopefully those of you that joined us nice and early were able to sort of see some of the charms that I'll be showing you today. Just nice to see these in the flesh, to see some of the techniques. They're techniques that I cover regularly and they're really core techniques that you'll use for your jewellery making. It's all head pin work, so when I talk to people in the shop and they come in and they're looking for a new technique. Oh, I moved and I went blurry. They're looking for a new technique. There's different routes to it. So there's things such as kumihimo. So for kumihimo you'd need your braiding disc, and you would work through that. You've got macrame, and we do nice macrame boards that you can work, or you can sort of pin it onto a mat. There's various routes with that. And then I'll sort of sweep it up into a big area of general jewellery making. And to do general jewellery making, I would always recommend this 4 pairs of pliers here. So I've got 2 pairs of flat nose there. One's a chain nose pair, which are just a little, that pair's a little bit thinner tapered on the nose, and then I've got the wide nose pair as well. So I find that you only need 1 flat nose for a lot of things, but when you do wire work and things, this wide nose pair come into their own. Or I find I use 2 pairs of flat nose when I'm opening and closing things. I've then got cutting pliers, which just snip things shorter, and round nose pliers, which are the ones that are going to turn your loops and just make them round for you. So these are the 4 pairs. So when I talk to people about jewellery making, if you're brand new to it and thinking I'd quite like to do these, you really sort of need to think about having these pliers. Certainly, yeah, for the projects we're doing, the assortment we're doing, the core pair is the round nose. They're really handy for turning your loops. But ultimately, if your wire's too long, you need to trim it. If you need to sort of just tighten things, you might find your flat nose pliers are the ones you need. So yeah, it's well worth having a set. We do 2 sets. Our premium set is back in stock, thankfully, after a long wait to get that back in, but the quality is excellent on them, and it's always worth the wait if you're wanting to get a better quality. Those of you that are part of our bead box and got box 1, I had a few questions about old pairs of pliers perhaps people were using, and just not having that strength to turn the snowflake wire on the box. The snowflakes are a lot firmer. The wire, it's like a memory wire. So these ones have got a really good joint. They've not got a loose joint there, so it's a solid joint really, which just when you turn in, you don't get that crossover of your two nibs of your pliers. So it's well worth having this set. If it's just for a present or a starter set, or you want to just see if somebody's going to enjoy doing it, we do a pink set as well, which are not our premium set, they're a regular set. They are not quite as sturdy, but they are an excellent starter set, and certainly for everything I'm doing today, they would be perfectly fine. It really depends where you're progressing your jewellery to and what you want to do. So we've got those options for you. All the tools are available individually, as are and then the sets for each, the pink and the tealy ones. So the teal are our premium set, and thankfully back in stock. Okay, so I just wanted to, morning everybody, morning to Dawn, yes, Dawn's in America, so morning to Dawn and afternoon to the rest of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's, yeah, like Janet says, it's a bit of a rainy old day today, isn't it? And just dismal here. It's not rained, it's drizzled and just been, it just feels like it's dark all day. You just sort of don't really get that brightness, so it's really nice to be able to be doing something and having a bit of creative time. So, without further ado, I shall just adjust I'll put this over and then I'll adjust it into place. If I've got any technical wizards on here, I really need to work on this setup of, I'm looking at getting some new equipment, and if anybody on here knows what on earth I should be ordering, please do check in with me. anyone works for or owns a company that does this kind of technology, do let me know. Amazing what you can find out just by asking people. That's how most of what I do in the business. I sort of just try and work and touch base with other people that own businesses and things. Right, hopefully you've got my mat now and you can see everything that I am doing. I'll try and bring bits up, and at some point I'll bring back those pictures as well for you, if I can find those again. Yeah, I've got those, that's fine. Yeah, so I can bring those back in to show you as well, which is good because you can get that detail on them. Of course, if you go for the set, you'll have your own instructions in each set that we do. So let's look at my very cute Lumiere candle. So this is a beaded candle. Hopefully you've got that. It'll work better if I put it on a dark background to show you. Doesn't really, does it? No, we'll avoid that. I'll put your picture up in a moment to show it. But this is super cute. It's a really simple make. It just makes 10. They are the perfect. They're a little bit more delicate than some of our longer charms, so they are perfect if you want to make some little novelty earrings, little drops off necklaces, or just hanging off your tree, which would be absolutely gorgeous. Let me bring this shot in very quickly, which has got them on there. So there's the little candle in action. Okay, so let me show you how these are made. Now, head pins, for those of you that are brand new to it, head pins have a little base on it. So this little round base just stops everything falling off. There are times when we will give you a little bead or a tiny little cap or something to stop those falling off. But for the purpose of this, this fits beautifully on there. So Lumiere is built with a flower, a bow, oh, try again, a cap first on top of the flower. So just imagine these little characters are sort of like, you know, how things would be in real life, so how the candle would be in real life. Then a bow, then the stem of the candle, and then a gorgeous little crystal drop. Just it's a teardrop shape, so just make sure you get that in the right way. So the little point of it I've gone for is at the top. Aren't they just so cute? Somebody's just asked a question about our bead box. They're all on their way. I'm finding some got there the next day. I think the last of them, unless you've ordered it in this since Friday, the last of them was sent on Friday. So yeah, it will come to you. Sorry, Linda. I know you're waiting for yours. I'll just put that in quickly so you can see that. They should come. We're just spoilers today are allowed. So just if you don't want to see, just stay out of the group maybe today, just so you don't get any spoilers if yours hasn't quite arrived. Fingers crossed it'll be with you soon though, Linda. And is anyone else still waiting for theirs as well? I know lots of people have got them because they're either popping into the shop or to tell me they've got them, or they're putting it on the group. Okay, let's have a look what we do next. Now, we take this about a centimetre above the top of that glass drop there. So it's a teardrop bead that we have the larger part at the bottom. So I'm cutting that. Now when I do that, I hold all my beads down and I clip that off there. So you always point it into your mat as well, just to save it flying off everywhere. Then we bend this at a 90-degree angle. Now, if I carried on turning that, I can just hear it starting to crack my crystal. So I do that slightly with my pliers, but then I take my finger, and I'll be really careful. The sharp bit's there, I'm not stabbing into that. I'm just pushing it flat, so I'm making sure it doesn't go. The other thing that some people find useful is the flat nose pliers just seem to be a little bit smaller. So you can get that a little bit crisper over without catching your bead, and you can pull it back a bit. So some people, I try not to confuse matters with this, but if you're sort of trying to perfect this and you don't want to do that because you're stabbing yourself, then you can try doing it with your flat nose pliers, but do remember to pick up your round nose to turn your loop as well. Oh, Joe Crafty, not arrived. That's not fun, is it? I do know, guys, so they were all sent. They were sent in order of when you ordered them with us, and the absolute last of them went out on Friday. But we're getting people say second class got there the next day, first class taking a week. You know, it's just so sporadic, as we can all understand. We've all put a lot more pressure on Royal Mail, haven't we, this year than we perhaps normally would have. So we do just use Royal Mail. So bear with them, I guess, at this stage, and it will come to you. So just like I say, if you don't want any spoilers, just stay out of the group for another couple of days. Hopefully from the one that's come in either end of December or very, very early January. Hopefully that one will be... Oh, Joe Crafty has just said her postie has just delivered it. That is I'm very pleased to hear that. That's great. Literally live in action. Well, concentrate. You've got this live to concentrate before you open that box, but you're dying to open that now, aren't you? I know. That's brilliant. Oh, well, Linda, there's hope for you yet. Joe's postie has just come late, so hopefully yours will be with you still. Okay, so round nose pliers, I'm taking right to the end of the pin there, and I'm holding this. I sort of support that with any necessary fingers to hold that in place. And then I'm rolling that with my round nose pliers until I sort of can't go round anymore. I'm dropping that back into that loop. Now this is just my way of getting things as neat as I can and as round as I can and closed where I can help it. So I'll just tighten that up, make sure I'm happy that's fairly central. If it's not, you never anything lost. So this one's it's only fractionally to one side, but I can tighten that up. Just nip that in there. Just remember, I think if you caught a tiny little crack, I did just catch the top of my crystal there, just trying to tighten that up. So you don't want to, because it's glass, you don't want to be taking any shards of that off. So just bear that in mind. So I'm just going to bring in the finished pictures so you can see a really nice image of this. So bear with me when that one pings up. I've just got to wait for it. I've done a little slideshow of them, but I didn't think that I would then have to wait for them to come round. So this was our little Lumiere candle. So this is a $9.99. It makes 10. Perfect for earrings. You can add a pair of, I think, 20 ear wires are only £1.15. And here is the gorgeous Lumiere. So that's it in the flesh, and hung on a tree like that just looks super cute, doesn't it? So you can see that was a single head pin make, no masses of technique. You do have this piece spare. So you may wish to do a wrapped loop out of it on the top instead rather than cutting that bit off. So it's worth thinking about whether you want to do that as well. So here's our gorgeous Lumiere. I really need to turn a pair into earrings, so I'm going to leave those two out, ready to make some earrings out of those two. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. So the next one I thought I would show you. Let's see what pings up next on my little picture that I can fade in for you. Just hold up. Oh no, it's candles still. Sorry, let's wait till candle's gone, and I believe it was the beaded reef next. Just wait for that to come. So here is our gorgeous beaded reef. Can I highlight that I have not closed that head pin loop on that angel properly? And there's every chance that that is going to fall off. So just make sure that you close that up properly. Oh, Janet's just said hers. That happened to her too as well. Has yours just got there today, Janet, as well? I'm trying to remember. I do sort of reply to a lot of the messages, and I just sort of try to remember when everyone's have arrived. Yeah, the unboxing is so exciting. It's like a little Christmas present. The present that will keep giving all year, hopefully. So this is something we're going to keep doing monthly, the boxes. So do tune in and keep an eye out. We're going to launch them as a surprise. And then there can be teasers after a certain amount of time. So today is teaser release day. So for those of you that are buying it, just, people will start sharing their ideas. And then I'll do a live on it as well. So if you're waiting to see what it is, I'll start putting it on our website and everything as of today too. So you can check out whether you want to do the box. So if you don't want to see it, just stay out the way of the website and everything just while you're... social media for a while, just till you've got yours. Okay, so this is a wine glass charm. So this is going to make the beaded wreath that I just showed you. Now, this is a brand new colourway that we've just launched this week as well. We've only got limited stock of this, so we couldn't launch it too early because we only had a few of them. So hopefully it will tide us over for Christmas for this year, and then we'll get more of these. We've got another colourway as well planned as well. But I think we need to sort of stop doing new stuff for Christmas now and start working on our New Year projects. So what we do here is I've got my flat nose pliers, either of them would be fine, and I'm opening up, or flattening is probably a better way to describe it, that loop, that pointy bit on the wine glass charm. That just opens it up, makes it a complete ring to allow us to thread on our beads. Now, the order that you put them in is completely up to you, but just remember the assortment of beads you've got. So I've gone for a, move that in your view a little bit more. So I've gone for, you got that? I've gone for the silver one, and then what you do is you alternate between the two sizes of bicones. So I've got silver, I've got a large bicone, go back to your silver, small bicone, back to your silver, large bicone. So if you see, if you can work out what I'm doing, I'm just pressing that down a little bit. I don't open it as such, I press it down, which just releases it away from the other side. I do find you need both hands, and tip all your beads out like this into your piles and work from your bead mat just to get them on there correctly. Bear with me, get that through there. So an assortment of silver and bicones, but alternate your bicones. It just looks super cute with these different ones. So if you go for the kit with this, you've got everything you need in there. All your different sizes, all the materials. You get all the little angel elements as well, which I'll show you in a moment to do. So everything with the kit we include. We do put instructions in there as well. So step-by-step photos. Oh, I missed my silver. Step-by-step photos along the way too. And of course, once you've made a couple, you can just grab the extra bits that you need, change your colours about, and I love seeing all the different designs. Are you over on our Riverside Beads group, all of you? You can go over there, people share their ideas and different designs that they've been making. I love it. It's such a creative place, and I love how during this lockdown and, well, since the beginning of the year really, the group's really become a lovely place for us all to hang out, and people are so encouraging in there. We do just want it to be a positive group really. I know life isn't always full of roses, but we like it to be in there. We just like to keep positivity going, and you know, everyone's creative in their own ways, and it's nice to see all the different designs. So, okay, I think I've just got one more seed bead to go. There we go, right, lovely. Okay, I've left myself quite tight on space, but I've gone right up to the edge. I'm hoping I can just bend that over. Because what I do now, if I don't push them all off the end first, take my flat nose pliers and I bend that back up like that. That then goes through, back through there. So the wine glass charm size of it, this could just be a basic wine glass charm. Pop that on. You could always add your little angel from the bottom of it if you wanted it to be a functional wine glass charm. So that's an option with these as well. It does make 20 this set, and it's $14.99. They are super cute. So what we're going to do now is add our angel. So we take a regular head pin. These are included in your kit as well. And you build up with your bottom of your angel. Your tiny little wing. We stock all of these wings and things separately. They are just super cute. They make the tiniest little angels. The head and then the halo. Like so. And then you cut this off around 1 centimetre above the top of that halo, like we did on the candle. Chop that off. Round nose pliers. Now you've not got a crystal to contend with here, so you can be a little bit firmer, but I still just tend to go to that, just out of habit really, that technique of bending it over with my finger. And then this rolling technique. So again, that core technique of turning the head pin loop to the end of your pin, roll. You can see my wrist is not comfortable going round anymore, so drop that into the back of that loop. And make sure it's closed, unlike my last one on the photograph. So that is the little angel there. And then what I need to do is make a little connector piece to hang my angel, goes through my wreath and add a bow on the top. So let me show you what I mean by that. So I have got, in this kit, I think we've gone for long head pins in it. So I've got the long head pin here. Now in some of the kits, we may have put 2 short head pins on. So if you've got a short head pin, or you just chop the base off it. But this ultimately is just a piece of wire. So I'm turning a loop at the base with no beads on. Oh, it's quite a tiny little loop. Oh, I did it out of screen. Sorry, guys. Did you see that? Tiny little loop at the bottom. Okay. Then I pop it. So what I'll do first is I'll pop my angel on there. So because that's quite small, I'm actually going to revert to my angel, and I'm going to flip open the angel, attach it onto there, and close that up. So that's flat nose pliers for doing that job. Flip it and close it. So I've now got the angel hanging off of that piece of wire. That then goes through there. So I'm going through the whole part, I guess, of the top of the wreath there. And I then put my bow on. Now once you've done this it's a bit trickier to open. Yeah, so I wouldn't use it as a wine glass charm at this stage. I think if you wanted to adjust it to a wine glass charm, you'd probably hang your angel off the bottom and not put your bow on. You could use save your bows for something else. So yes, if you wanted to do that. There's also 2 bits of wire, and if you can stick them both inside the bow, depending how comfortable a fit it is for you. So, I've got a little fraction too much there. Remember, it's about 1 centimetre, so I'm just going to trim that. It's not a lot I need to take off, so I'm nipping that off. And I'm bending at my 90-degree angle. Rolling, and then just dropping it back into that loop and finishing a roll. Now I have done some YouTube filming on different techniques, earrings and things like that, and if you find that headpin loops is something you're really still struggling with, check out one of those. The filming, the camera's, you know, quite a good camera that we've sort of filmed it on, and hopefully we got in with the detail of what you needed to see for this. So I'm just going to bring this up in a moment when it comes round on my screen on the finished piece, so you can see that nice and clearly. It's good to see so many of you here today. I can see all your messages, I believe. Right, let me bring this over any minute now, and it will show you the finished piece. Nearly. I'll put that one in because it'll just be after this. So that's the candle we've just made. That's Lumiere. That makes 10, and that is $9.99. And this is the gorgeous wreath, and this makes 20, and it's $14.99. So there's it in the blue. And next, let's do Santa. Okay, so let's have a little look at Santa. Now, Santa, again, we're talking headpin work, we're talking round nose pliers, turning those loops, and there's a few extra bits for Santa that we need to do. So Santa has, let me bring in an elf, which will show you the elements, because Santa, Mrs. Claus, and the 2 elves that we do are all working the same way. So they've got the arms there. They've got the flexible legs that give it a bit of fun that goes through there. They can have that little bauble. You've got enough head pins to add that on as well if you want to. Some people just prefer to stick it on top of the crystal. And they've got everything you need in there. So these make 20 again, and these are $14.99. He is super cute, isn't he? So I'll just share a link in for you there in case you want to have a look at some of these charms. I'm getting good with this technology, aren't I? Look at this. You've got a link coming in and everything. Obviously, if you're watching this back on YouTube, it's probably already on there. But it's not live on YouTube. So those of you that are with me now, we can chat as well. But if you're watching it back on YouTube, it's probably as a demo. Okay, let's have a look at this bit then. What we need to do is create a couple of things. So I need to create the other leg first. So I've done one in advance. I need to prepare it with so I'm making Santa. So this resembles his boot, the fur, and then 2 or 3 of the, well, 3 or 4 probably, 3 beads we'll go for to create his legs. So reminder again, this is the technique of that head pin loop all the time. So chopping that off, bending at a 90-degree angle, and then rolling that round, 2 or 3 turns there just to get that nice and secure. Nice round loop at the top, that's ready to go. Okay, next part is to prepare the base of this one, like we did with the reef, where we didn't have to cut it off because it wasn't on there. So this one we are going to cut it off, but actually turning the loop with nothing on, you just got to judge the amount really. So like we say, it's about 1 centimetre that you want to be turning your loop on, but with this I tend to go a little bit less than 1 centimetre just when I'm turning it with no beads on. You just find it uses the space. The other thing is about judging where on your pliers you're going to use. So the higher up your pliers, the larger the loop that you get. So I'm popping that there and rolling, dropping that back in there just to finish that loop. Sorry, back in shot. Okay, that's it, just finish that one off. So that's now ready to attach my legs, so I'll pop those on now, may as well get those on. So again, flipping that, so I've switched to my flat nose pliers, flipping that open, popping those legs on there, and flipping that closed again. And there's his little, you got his nice movable legs on there. Then we go for the elements of this one. So we've got the body, a nice big round red bead. You've got the bead cap, which is there. I just need to prepare his arms next. So let's line everything up that we're going to need. We're going to need our arms there, then we've got our head, our sort of Santa rim, and the bicone. So I'll just grab another head pin out. So when you get your kits, you'll get them all in little grippy bags like this that you can keep and reuse and store your beads and findings in as well. It's always a good idea to store your findings sort of airtight, particularly not to you know, don't hang all of this sort of thing in a bathroom or anywhere damp. Just to sort of keep it from tarnishing really. So you know how your silver jewellery tarnishes if you've got a ring or something in your jewellery box if you don't wear it and it's just left in the bathroom or something. So same with your dress jewellery as well. But a nice little cleaning cloth generally polishes it up even if that does happen. So I've cut the end off of this again. Now this is another new technique, and this is the final different technique of Santa. This is same for Santa, Mrs. Claus. I showed you Eric the elf, didn't I, earlier? That's Eric. And then this is Ellie, his friend. So what we do for the arms, there's a couple of ways to do it, but I'll show you this one because it seems to be the preferred method. I've got my round nose pliers and I'm flipping that, pushing that round, pulling that round the other way. Do be careful not to stab yourself again. Don't forget these wire ends are sharp. So just sort of take your time to get that nicely shaped and fairly in the middle. You can adjust it. You can almost like roll it along if you need to, along the wire a little bit just to get it in the centre. But yeah, you get a rough idea of it. You can always pull it round with a pair of pliers if you prefer. You then need to pick up your beads for the arm. Oh, I'm missing a bead. They did ping off when I was preparing. I did think I might have lost one. Okay, and have to have, I don't know if 2 will look too short. Okay, bear with me. I'm just going to grab another bead out. Let me see if I can, hopefully the image will come by in a moment. I'll be able to bring that in for you. Right, it'll be after this one. So that's the wreath that we've just been making. And I'm just finding my spare beads for this project. And there is Santa. So this is what it's going to look like. Yeah, I've used 3 on there, haven't I? There's no right or wrong. This is your creation. So next you're going to see our elf. which is this one here. I might not make this because the technique for that is exactly the same. I'm aware of the time. It becomes tea time, doesn't it, if I leave it in too long today. But I will make the nutcracker. So I'll make one of the nutcrackers for you just to show you that. And we've already done our candle. So I'm ready. I'm good to go. Now, let's have a look. And I'm popping... Oh, I haven't got a duff bead out. No, I haven't. I did only grab the one. I thought it'd be alright. I only need one. So I've popped my 3 red beads and my white bead there. Bend that at a 90-degree angle. And roll that round. Like so. That's that side. And then we'll go the other side again. 3 red beads. And a white bead. Bending at your 90-degree angle and rolling. There we go. Right, so now what I've got is that loop in the centre. That's where it's going to thread on there, onto my Santa. And then I've got either side, I've got my beads and my hands as such. So let's thread that on. We go head, sparkle. Now the sparkle's gorgeous. Let me hold you that there so you can catch that sparkle if you can. Oh, it's not showing it too well, but they are just beautiful. It's tiny little crystals in the middle of it. Now you can pop the hat on there, and if you want to, again, let me grab a white bead. Instead of adding the bead as an extra dangly bit, which I do love, it just gives it a bit tactile and gives it a bit of movement, but it is a faff adding one single seed bead onto its own head pin. So you can always go ahead and thread it on the top there. So it's just sort of part of the hat. And then this one, if you do that particularly, you haven't got much to play with there. You have only got what you need to turn this loop. So first off, that crease has to be really neat to the top of that bauble, that pom-pom on his hat. And then we need to make sure we're not going too far up these pliers, not up here where we're going to end up with a big loop because we haven't got the wire to do that. So a nice small loop, probably a bit bigger than I'm just doing, but yeah, somewhere there, just to use up the space you got on the wire. And that, oh, and conveniently it's on my picture, is Santa. So let's have a look at our next one. Oh, I won't do the elf, but you can see the elf forms in exactly the same way. So those arms, that real tactile dangly legs on there. So let's have a look at some of the soldiers. So we have got, who can forget from 2020, Sir Tom, and we've got Harry the soldier as well. So they're they work the same. So they build up exactly the same. So I'll just show you one of them. And I think I have got Harry here. I'm going to pop on a head pin, and these come on gold head pins. So they're the same thing, base on the bottom, gold head pins. I'm popping his feet on. I then have some cubes, so I'm popping a couple of those on. Now this one is a blue cube there. Then I will, let's get all these laid out in order so I don't miss anything. There's lots of elements to this. So the good thing about these kits that we produce, we take this time to work all your elements out for you, see what you're going to need, and put those all into a little kit. Oh, there's a black one in there too. Okay, and we design these so they look like the characters we're trying to make. So this looks like a cute little nutcracker soldier. So after I've done the 2 cubes, I pop a spacer bead on. This one has the lovely red to resemble the tunic, and a tiny little bead cap on the top there. Then we go for our head, our spacer rondelle just on the top, our black hat, and our tiny little gold beads. We make sure that we put you everything you need in there, and again these ones make 20 and these are $14.99. So these are all available. We're dispatching daily at the moment, so hopefully these will get well on their way to you. Everything's coming out first class, and hopefully we've still got another week or so to get things to you before Christmas, to get your little crafty makes done. 90 degrees on that head pin, grabbing the pin with the end of the pliers. Oh, not that near to the pliers. Remember, the higher up the plier we go, the smaller the loop. I didn't need a super small loop this time. Just a regular size one. And I have a place on my pliers that I like working with, and that's a really individual place, and you can mark on your plier where you want to use. So you can go, yep, I prefer a bigger loop, but I've got to allow a little bit more wire because I'm doing that. Or I'll go nearer here, but I use a little bit less wire. So you'll work that out for yourself. So here is our gorgeous Harry the Soldier. He was our original one that we did, which we aptly named Harry the Soldier. And let's just bring him in a moment. Bring you a finished picture so you can see it clearly. And this picture's got both the soldiers on. So that's got Sir Tom there, which is the one with the green body. So the main difference is got red legs and a green body, as opposed to Harry has got blue legs and a red body. Okay, I think that is everything that I need to show you. So let me just run through those pictures again as they're coming up. I hope you like this. Got a bit more, learnt a little bit more technology, and I thought it was quite nice to show you things like the pictures, to show you some of the finished things, and just in a bit more detail, nice and clear for you. And I've put the link to all of these kits in the blurb there, so it takes you to all the Christmas kits, and then you can sort of see them in order. I hope you've seen all of them there. I didn't keep an eye on whether they went round in the full circle. So thank you very much. I've got the Christmas jumper on today. We've had the Christmas jumpers on at work. One, because they're really warm and it's very cold at work, especially when you're in and out of the back rooms and things as well. And two, to be a bit festive. So we've had the Christmas music on. Been a really nice atmosphere. I'm very grateful to everybody that's taken the time to come and visit us in the store. I know for some of you it's just not possible. But we love our store, and we are doing our best to recreate what we can online for you here, and but it's really lovely to see you coming back to the store. It's incredibly safe to come and visit us in our town. It's a small town that we're in. There's parking a few minutes away from the shop. There's a nice coffee shop next door to treat yourself to a takeaway cuppa. And yeah, we limit the numbers, although we don't get to the stage we need to limit the numbers in the shop. Nice and safe, one-way system round. If you watch on our, I think where I did a thorough video. I did one on our Facebook header. So on this page you're on now, I've got a video of just a basic coming in and a quick tour around. But look out, because some of you were involved in some filming that I did for very random things I get involved in. It was for a charity that I've done some work with, or do some work with. People's Postcode Lottery fund it. And we were producing an advert to promote crafting, and I think we all know how important crafting is to us. The fact we do it, and it's a hobby and an activity for us, and they're really aware of how important it is that we're all there, and that we're connecting in this way. So I do some work on their page, same sort of thing. The last one I did was pretty much this. I don't think I'd done the candle by that point, but yeah, it was pretty much a charm demo. So it's the Virtual Village Hall. You can pop by to them, and they do lots of different activities. They do Zumba classes and all sorts. So it's a really great thing. And I did some filming for them. So that will be available soon. It's also going to be on ITV. No, not ITV. Which one's Emmerdale on? What channel's Emmerdale on? Is it 4? So there's going to be an advert. Now, we filmed for hours. It was all day filming, and the girls that did the class with me, I think we were on for a good hour or so, weren't we? Because we actually did do a class, and we learnt Kamahimo while we were there too. And you'll probably just see a snippet of all of us. So yeah, on the actual one that you get, and somebody needs to let me know where Emmerdale. I really need to find this, to find when the advert's going to be on. I'm not sure if it's now or if it's after Christmas or when it is. Yeah, so and then so we did this filming, but they're gonna give me some videos, and they did some little tours of the shop and stuff as well. So let's see what comes of that as well. We'll have a little nosy and see. There is a 360 you can look at around the store as well. I shouldn't tempt you, because obviously if you look, you think, oh, it's so lovely. But we're doing our best to get everything online. We've got a really good selection online, and if I keep bringing you these things, then you can see everything we're doing. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Leslie. I can see you're moving. Oh, are you? Before Christmas? Wow. That'll be a big step. I remember doing that fairly close to Christmas one year, and it was a case of, do you put your decorations up? Are you moving before or are you moving after? So I had the children really young at the time, and in the end I managed to just delay it until just after Christmas. Oh, Mum's answering. Emmerdale's ITV, is it? Yeah, I've had this feeling it was Channel 4 for some reason, but yeah. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. And you have to put another order in, Linda. Yeah, sorry, it's that tempting. The thing with the Christmas stuff, it's as much as I didn't want Heidi to be ill today, it's worked really well to switch us about, because it's given you a chance if you do want to get any last minute bits. Some of them are quite limited stock. The candle we don't have a huge amount of, and the blue wreath. But I think the others that I've shown you, we are okay for stock. And we do try and keep them in all year, because actually you wouldn't believe how many Santas we sell in January still. And they don't particularly go on sale or anything. They're just a core line we keep in. So yeah, if we sell them all off, we don't get time to make them all again before they're due back in. So yes, we do tend to keep them all in stock as well. But just because the candle and the blue wreath were some of our newer ones, we haven't got quite as much stock. So sometimes we just put them out of stock for a while. So, oh, Leslie, moving week after Christmas. Yeah, that's what I did. It wasn't too bad that way. Although in your head you're thinking, oh, what do I pack? Do I bother cooking dinner and all of that? And what do you leave out of your boxes? So, thank you so much, everybody. Been lovely to see you. I'm doing quite a lot of lives this week because, so I didn't want to do box reveal today because I just thought, like, literally, Joe's just got hers while we've been talking today. And people are only just still getting them because of the post being a bit delayed some places. So I didn't want to do box reveal today. Am I doing that Friday? Let me see if I can find that answer. So I've got a few different ones. Sorry, you have to see me lean forward to type. I've got a box reveal on here. So it won't be a full tutorial. So it will more be just a opening of the box, explaining what's in it, a couple of little demonstrations. But what we do mainly is we do a full, there's an exclusive group for the Beadbox members. So you do have to be you do have to have bought the box to be a member of that group. And we just double check that you've previously purchased the box. If you've come in store and bought it and you want to join that group, you probably just need to send me a private message just to say that, because else I'll think, oh, I can't see an order from you, and we don't let you in it, just because the people that are supporting the box, it's it's an exclusive group for you guys. So let me just look at my schedule. Okay, Friday I am doing yeah, I'm in the oh, okay, I'm doing it that way around. Friday I'm in the members only Beadbox group, and I am doing an interactive tutorial, so that will be your full box. Little tips, things that I've covered in the box but seeing in real life. So that is on Friday 3:30 I went for that one. Sunday at 11 o'clock I'm doing the Beadbox reveal. Now by then you're going to, if you're interested in it, you're going to have seen little photos pinging up everywhere and people sharing that. But by Sunday I'll do a bit of a box opening, a couple of the techniques for you live on this page. And next Wednesday Heidi will be back with you for her very awaited Dreamcatcher tutorial, so Heidi will be there for that. And then I think we've only got the one more week before Christmas. Let's have a nosy where we're at week-wise. 23rd, yeah. Heidi and I thought about doing something maybe in the shop together. Not together, because we don't. Heidi doesn't actually work in the shop unless she's doing tutorials or something. But we thought if we came in and set up 2 separate tables, and just sort of do a bit of a something tutorial and have a mince pie together. Like the reason we're thinking that is we would normally do a bit of a Christmas party in the shop, and we would have little nibbles and mince pies and drinks and such things. So I thought we could maybe do something together live on here, just have a little catch up. So that will be that. And then yeah, I think it falls the week in between Christmas and New Year. So I'm actually on telly that day. So I've got my TV show on the 30th. And there's going to be a few sale items and yeah, a couple of new bits as well. So I've got my show then, so I don't know how it'll fall, whether Heidi will do that tutorial or whether I might do that one. So yes, we'll get working on our new ones. We're not quite liking the Wednesday. It just flows quite well for us with our shop commitments and things as well. So it's nice of you to join us, and I know some of you watch it live back. So thank you so much for today. We will see you, so I'll see you Friday in the members group if you've bought the bead box, and Sunday I will see you on here for a simple reveal of the box as well, and then Heidi will see you next Wednesday. I think that's everything. Thank you so much, guys. Let me just make sure there's not any more questions because I've flicked off the page. Yeah, fabulous. Okay, thank you so much, guys. You take care of yourself. Stay safe, everybody. And those of you at the local, look forward to seeing you in the shop. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.